Recording. And so, listen, you all, I am going to bring up an individual who, I'm gonna be Greg and I. We met literally probably over the weekend. We spoke once, like about 2 weeks ago, and this man of God. I listen. This man of God, y'all know me. People, everybody on here know me. I don't just connect with everybody, but there was just something about when I spoke with him on the phone. Greg and I was on vacation in Chicago, and we actually met him and spent some time with him this past weekend. And when I tell you, he is a man who is passionate. I can feel his heart. Some people just, they all talk, right? They all talk. But I watched him over this past weekend in Houston because I'm a watcher. I watch people, and I watched him and I saw his heart and his passion, what he has for people, what he has for his business, for the kingdom. And I am excited that he took some time out of his busy schedule to join us tonight as Greg and I launch into this new venture, this new journey with Envision You, with none other than the visionary himself, the owner, the CVO, as I have learned. Right?
True.
Mr. David Imaniti. I hope I say your name right because I am bad.
That was good.
That was good. That was
That was
good.
good. You're right
It
there.
sounds like money, right? So I was trying to say money, right? I mean, this name sounds like money. And so I am going to thank you, sir, for just gracing us and being on here tonight. So I'm going to turn it over to you, and we're going to roll with the punches.
I've enjoyed the call so far. I mean, you guys just have incredible energy. It's absolutely amazing, and definitely love the prayer as well. I mean, this call is going to go perfect after a prayer like that. So, and listen, it was a joy to meet you guys over the weekend at our convention. It was great to talk with you over the phone, and we've been around a lot of people over the years. Being in this profession for 21 years for myself, and you can have one conversation with someone and you can know that they're special. And that's what I felt on the phone when we actually got a chance to talk. And then obviously we had the opportunity for you to fly out to Houston to spend a few days with us at our convention. And it was just an incredible time. And I'm really glad that you guys were able to come. And I'm really honored to be on this call with you and all the guests that have honored you and decided to come on this call just to hear what all the excitement is all about. But before I go into any details, I do want to ask you guys a couple questions, right? Because I'm pretty sure the questions I'm going to ask, they have the same questions for you, right? Because from what I could feel on the phone the first time we talked, this was not something you were looking to get involved in, right? You guys were not shopping for the next network marketing opportunity, right? So I have to ask, what was it about this company, this opportunity that made you say, okay, we want to do this again? You guys have already had great success. You've helped a lot of people.
Right.
But obviously, like everything, there's pros and cons to everything, right? But what was it about Envision You that you experienced that made you feel like, you know what, we want to do this one more time?
You want me?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, meeting the owner, the only time you probably meet an owner, be honest with, if you're watching Undercover Boss, but the boss in front of you, and just meeting David, meet the actor. Excuse the last name.
David is good. David is
Okay.
good.
He was just real genuine, to be honest with you. Genuine about everything that he was talking about. He was passionate about the company, and I listened to individuals, and all the individuals, they spoke from a genuine point of view about you. I went researching. Yeah, everybody had some good stuff to say. And I say to myself, you know what? That's all right. That is, this is what we want. We want genuineness. And we want transparency and we want genuineness. And you displayed it so much over the weekend. I started running up on stage and just say, yes, I'm with him too, because saying it and doing it is two different things. You're a man of your word. You march in the steps that God had put you, and you have receipts. You got receipts, and everybody there seeing those receipts. It's not about talk. Those individuals were moving, and not all ages, from 18 years of age all the way to 79. Everybody was moving because of you, because your product, what you have to offer, what you push them to do, and what they believe in. It's the belief system and the value system that you have given them. And they wanted to make sure that they did not fall short on any end, which you have given them. And that's what I seen. And that's what I like to value about my kids, everyone who I meet. I'm gonna push you to the edge because the other side is even better.
Yeah.
You may cry now. It's okay. Cry. Make sure you're crying because you succeeded, not
Yeah.
because you failed. So that's what I seen right there. Everybody was like, "Oh my God," this cry, because they was crying for something good.
Yeah.
I said, "Well, then I got to be next."
Amen.
I'm serious. If I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna cry because it's good, And he'll tell you about the story about the crying thing because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Getting everybody to understand we on a mission, it can happen, and the word need to spread as as individuals, and believing in what you do and what you say, you have to bring it. You can be more than just the 1%. You can be more than 1% because this is what the company is all about. We want to push you to the edge. Okay. And the edge go to the other side of the edge is even better. So
Yeah.
I'm willing to go to the edge. I'm sitting on the edge right now. I can't even sit in my seat. Okay. But I can talk all night.
Yes.
I'm a school teacher, I can do this.
I'm like, hey, wrap it up. Y'all should see me over here. Wrap it up. Y'all wrap it up.
I love it. I loved it. Thank you so much, Greg. I appreciate the kind words.
So really quickly, I'll just say, like you mentioned, I was not looking to do an opportunity at all. It was not in my nowhere in sight, right? And so for me, the weekend, like I told you, I was negotiating with God the entire weekend. Because God, the reason I'm gonna be transparent with y'all, the reason I am in this business, I decided to partner with this company, with this man of God, is because God told me to. Right? God told me to. And so I have to be obedient to what God says, because Leslie, I'm gonna be Leslie did not want to do a business, right? but I believe, here's the thing, when I sat there over the weekend, I really believed in the products. I really believe in the company, your vision, his vision, just seeing, I witnessed, y'all, let me tell y'all this real quick and we're gonna move on. When you see a owner, a CVO, right, lead praise and worship,
Okay, that's another level.
right?
That's another
Leading
level.
praise and
That's
worship,
another level. That's another level.
right? Praying over everyone. I mean, having us do the affirmations, just his heart. He has a heart for God and a heart for people. And so I don't align myself with just anything and anyone. That's just not what I'm about. And so I have to be I went kicking and screaming, but God said, you're going to do this business, Leslie. All the other businesses you had success in, it was a stepping stone. It was preparation for this one. Right.
Wow.
And so that's why I said yes.
Wow. Greg and Leslie, people are probably wondering, was this some sort of revival that we went to?
Right.
Like, what's going on here? And to be honest, it really was. It was a revival of people's hopes and people's dreams and wanting to do something great. And I know you say it's my vision, but it's a vision that's become a vision for thousands of people now all around the world. People in New Zealand, people in Australia, people in Africa, people all throughout Latin America, people all throughout the United States and Europe and United Kingdom. People have really bought into the vision that we have to positively impact the lives of 1 billion people spiritually, physically, and emotionally. And that's the most important thing that we do. So that's why I wanted you guys to come, because I knew that once you stepped into the environment, that not just myself, but leaders like Jeff and Angela Cruikshank, who you guys are going to get a chance to meet on this call here tonight, and Evangelist Michelle. They've all played a role in creating this culture and environment that we have where we do lift up God, and we're not ashamed of that whatsoever. But at the same time, we also lift up people,
Yeah.
and we found a way to do it. I was very fortunate, Leslie, 21 years ago, to find the industry of network marketing, and it completely transformed my life. I was, a kid that went to school, but I didn't finish. My life was just going down the drain, and I ran into a frat brother of mine, and he introduced me to the space, and I fell in love with it right away. And I didn't have success for the first 5 years. I mean, I literally failed at it for 5 long years, but I just kept at it, and then something magical took place, and that's what I want to share with you guys tonight. Because when you evaluate an opportunity, there are really four things that you really want to pay attention to. And hopefully you're taking notes. Number one is timing. In business, you've heard it before that timing is everything. Now, I don't think it's everything, but I think it's at the very top of the list. When you get in does matter. It
Yeah.
truly, truly does. But more importantly, when it comes to timing, not just when you get in, but who do you get in with? And when do you get started with them? And you say, well, what do you mean by that? Well, take a look at Jeff Bezos. When would you rather do business with Jeff? In 1995 or 2025? If you're like me, I want Jeff from 1995, right? Because I get a chance to grow with him. Jeff in 1995, he was answering every phone call. He was responding to every single email. Today, Jeff is in space, right? So a little different today. So timing does matter. But the second thing that really matters is leadership. Everything rises and falls on leadership. And we could spend all night talking about leadership and really what it means. But leadership to me is really influence, the ability to influence others to be bigger, right? To be more and have more, and for them to start to really see themselves the way God actually created them to be. And that's why we named our company Envision You. We want the world to envision you healthy, wealthy, successful, the way God created you to be. And then the third thing, which I think is so important, is you have to have a unique product or service that people want, need, and can afford.
Mhm.
Those three things, they have to be there. People have to want what it is that you have. They have to feel like they can't live without it. So meaning they need it. And then number three, they have to be able to afford it. And affordability doesn't mean that it's cheap. Affordability means that I'm willing to pay any price for it. Right? And when you look at the products that we have, that's exactly what we've put together here. And then you talk about a compensation plan. That's the fourth thing. A comp plan that allows you to take care of the little guy, but at the same time, take care of the big leaders like yourself that want to get to 5 figures, 6 figures, and even 7 figures per month. This is what happened for me in 2009. I got involved in a company that had these four factors. And by the age of 27, I started at 25 years old. By the age of 27, I'd become a multimillionaire. And I just thank God, because there was a time of preparation that I had to go through and grow through. And it's now 21 years, 18 years in the field as a distributor. And then we decided to start this company, Envision You, the health and wealth company. And the very first thing that we did, it wasn't, hey, what product are we going to sell? It wasn't, hey, what compensation plan are we going to put together? It was the vision. That was the very first thing that we wrote down: positively impact the lives of 1 billion people, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. All right. And then also, we said we wanted to lead this company with the values of love, unity, trust, and integrity. We wanted to make sure that everything that we did led in that direction. And that's why when you step into anything that we do, even this Zoom call, you can definitely feel the type of integrity that we have, the character that we have as a company. When I think you had the PowerPoint up so we can give them some visuals on what we're going to talk about here. you know, when you look at health and wealth, why would you start a company, talking about the health and wealth? Well, outside of your family and outside of your faith, those are the two most important things to you, right? It's your health and your wealth. So what we decided to do is, yes, we've got a great vision, we've got a great mission, but what's the value that we're going to bring to the world, right? And that value is gonna be in the areas of your health and your wealth. And when we looked at the landscape of all the different products that were out there that we could actually share, we realized there were three things that people did every single day from a consumption standpoint. Outside of water, we knew people were going to drink coffee, we knew people were going to drink tea, and we knew people were going to drink some sort of juice every single day. We knew that. So we decided, why don't we make those three products right there that we know people are going to consume every single day? Why don't we find a way to actually make it healthy? And that's exactly what we did. And we started with our Oh Wow coffee. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, listen, if you have not tried this product yet, you want to get your hands on this particular product. It is absolutely phenomenal. In my opinion, and you may say I'm being biased, it is the best tasting coffee on the planet. That's just my own personal opinion. And we have recorded now hundreds and hundreds and close, maybe even thousands of people that have actually sampled this product. And the reason why we call it the Oh Wow coffee is because that's what their response is when they try it. They go, Oh wow. Now, when I tell you what's in the product, it's even going to blow you away even more. I think we have a video that's playing right now. Our marketing team is just second to none. So we actually put together all of the marketing that you can actually use on your social media platform. So you don't even have to worry about that. All that comes with you being a part of this company. Now, let's talk about the business of coffee. Why coffee? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're talking about the most traded commodity in the world. All right. Every single day, over 2.2 billion cups of coffee are consumed every single day. Look at these facts. These are 7 industry facts we've actually put together here for you. All right. You're talking about a global market that's valued over $100 billion. All right. And it's going to continue to grow. What I love about this, guys, is that regardless of what the economy is doing, whether the economy's up or the economy's down, people are still going to buy coffee. So it's really a recession-proof business. If you're able to now to create a network of people that are consuming your product, and what do coffee drinkers do when they run out of coffee? They buy more, right? It's an automatic buy every single day, every single week, every single month. And that's why we decided to go into that space. Now, we didn't want to just go with a regular coffee. We wanted you to have the ultimate coffee experience. All right. Now, think about this. If you had the ability to invest in Starbucks 10 years ago, 20 years ago, would you have done it? Absolutely. Everybody would have done it. We have found a way for you to actually participate in the coffee industry, and you don't have to go and buy a Starbucks franchise. You can actually start it from your home, and we'll take care of all the logistics. Now, what is in this coffee? You're talking about a non GMO, gluten free. Are you ready for this? Sugar free product, soy free, no dairy whatsoever, and nut free. This is the cleanest coffee that's out there in the marketplace right now. The sweetener is actually coconut oil. We found a way to put pomegranate in coffee. We found a way to put pumpkin in coffee, right? We found a way to put vitamin A, vitamin B3, 6, and 12, acai berry, bilberry, collagen tripeptides, dipeptides in coffee. It also has 9 superfoods in that one cup of coffee, guys. It is a remarkable product. And when you look at all these ingredients, you've got to be thinking to yourself, there's no way that tastes great. And ladies and gentlemen, it is the best tasting coffee out there in the marketplace. So when you look at that aspect, you have a recession proof business right then and there. And then we decided, okay, well, how can we actually help people from a health perspective with something that we know adults do every day and something that we know kids do every single day as well, which is some sort of juice. So we created our own Alive Superfood Juice. Ladies and gentlemen, you're talking about a product that is power packed. This is the trio right here. You're talking about apple beach cherry, that's the red. And you're talking about apple cinnamon, that's the blue bottle. And then the gold bottle is the collagen, the Alive Skin and Beauty. Look at what's in this product. You're talking about 7-in-1 benefits, and the benefits happen because of the ingredients: apple cinnamon, aloe vera, spirulina, raspberry ketones. So it's a ketone product here. You've got green tea extract, ginger root, vitamin B12, cranberry extract, and maca root. This product's been known to boost metabolism, support blood sugar, balancing your hormones, increasing energy, decreasing your appetite. When we first launched this product, we actually had a few people actually try it out first. We didn't just say, okay, here it is. We had months of trials so people could actually come back and actually give their own testimony. Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to an incredible woman of God. I've known her now, it has to be 14, 15 years. And her and her husband, they live right here in Houston, Texas. They're originally from Fort Lauderdale. That's where we had a chance to meet some years back. But I'm extremely proud of what it is that she's been able to accomplish in this industry. She's one of the top earners in this company. She's a diamond visionary consultant, but she has an incredible testimony when it comes to the products that we actually offer here within this company. So not only is she making money building the business, but she also is utilizing the products to actually live a healthier lifestyle. I believe she's on the call. Angela, you on the line with us?
I am here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. How are you doing?
I am doing coffeelicious.
There we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, listen, I want you to come on and just share just what's been happening. What's been happening with the product? What's been happening with your team? I know you guys are having a lot of great success right now. And we have quite a few guests that are listening in. I want them to hear what's really going on here in Envision You.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, first of all, thank you so much for the vision of Envision You. You know, when you got that vision on your sofa and the Lord told you to walk away from, making six figures a week, we thought you were literally nuts. I mean, we were doing well, but when, we say it all the time, obedience is better than sacrifice. And I'm so grateful that you made that you were obedient to follow the instruction of what God gave you, because it has literally blessed so many people on both fronts. Definitely on the financial side, but on the health side, because we really believe that true wealth is your health. When we started utilizing that product, and we didn't even know what the product was when we said yes, we just knew that you had a vision, and we saw what you did with other companies, taking them from obscurity to become billion-dollar brand. So we knew that there was going to be something great happening here. And so we didn't really understand the power of the product. But I could tell you personally, in utilizing the superfood juice, which was what we kind of started with before we had the sprays. And I was struggling with getting weight off. Some of the ladies on here know about that menopausal weight that just don't go anywhere, that stubborn fat. We looked at a picture the other day and I was like, who's that person? And started utilizing the product, and it stopped the hot flashes. I ended up coming down 31 pounds from drinking the product. I remember even from the product, and I tell people, when you get to your goal weight, stop drinking the product, because it literally was putting my body in an intermittent fasting stage. I was taking it in the morning and then at 6 o'clock in the evening, not past that, because it gives you a lot of energy. But I would not eat until the next day, literally about 12, 1 o'clock. And I was shocked because I had tried everything, and I'm not a workout girl. I wasn't working out, but I know for a fact that it was the juice and the products that absolutely helped me to get that weight off and really put my hormones back in check. And we call it the marriage counselors. We say one person drink it, two people get the benefits. Some of you couples will catch that on the way home. I tell the men it's like the little blue pill in a bottle. But, it's just amazing what the product is doing. And there's so many testimonies across the team as to why they're utilizing this product. It's become a regimen for them, and we're excited. And then when you bought the coffee, can I just say, I'll never forget in 2011, I think it was, I was not a coffee drinker, but I remember a gentleman saying to me, Angela, you're not a coffee drinker, but you're a businesswoman. He said, let me ask you a question. Do you think the owner of Purina Dog Chow eats the dog food? And I said, no. And I had an aha moment, and we started giving out that coffee, in our former company. And I was shocked at the amount of people that was drinking coffee, even though I wasn't. And so to see us come back full circle to where we have a coffee that's 10 times better than what we had there, people are literally going bananas. Like, they are shocked. And we don't even tell them what's in it. You know this. We let them taste it, and then they're like, wow, they can't believe that all those ingredients are in it. And I know I got Evangelist Michelle on here, because when she tasted, well, she didn't even taste the coffee, but she understood the power of the coffee. She said, we're bringing this to South Florida, to Fort Lauderdale, and we are going to capitalize and we are going to take that market by storm. And I'll tell you, we went in and we did, I think it was 2 events. One event in 48 hours, we sold 55 boxes of coffee, and I'll let her tell you the rest. So I don't know if she's on. I think I see her on here. Evangelist Michelle, you want to share with the people what happened when we came out to South Florida back in, what was it, March, when we first launched? I think we were a week in or something like that, right?
About a week or 2 weeks in. Good evening, everyone. Come on, let's hear it for Leslie and Greg for seeing the vision and deciding to say yes because they're obedient to the word of God. Drop some hearts and some 7-7 in the chat also for Angela Cruikshank, my upline, that has really helped me so much in realizing that this company is the best company on this side of heaven because we have a CVO called David Amonitier that really loves people and loves to see God's people win. And so I'm just grateful to God. And yeah, I kind of slowed down for a minute, and I was in Jamaica, speaking to some women that were going through trauma. And I asked the Lord, I said, God, what is it that you want me to do in the next few months? And he said to me, what I want you to do is to go back to your Envision You passion that you had, but this time put me first. And I'm like, God, but I've been putting you first. And he said, no, this time put me first. And then we created what was called an event, Christ Cappuccino and Conversations. And I can tell you this, as an evangelist, I've been around the world. I've been doing the do. But Envision You, there's just something about Envision You. Many of you might not know, but my ministry is called Visions International Ministries. My TV network is called Get Vision, the TV. And my missions is called Get Vision International Missions. So I knew right away in 2022 when I joined this company that this was going to be a lifelong dream realized because 8 years ago I stood in a hotel and I said, one day I'm going to be on stage with David Amonite. Look at God. So, this company has really changed my life. It has helped me with my 58 orphans in Africa. And I really, really, really am grateful to my team. I'm grateful to God because you just never know when you're an entrepreneur. I believe in 7 streams of income, as Ecclesiastes 11 verses 1 and 2 says. And yes, we have 5 streams of those 7 here in Envision You. So I'm just grateful to God for the run that we're doing and seeing and the fruit in South Florida because David said 50,000 customers and distributors will be coming out of South Florida. And I know that they're coming out of our loins, Leslie. They're coming out of our loins, Angela. A few of you that I see on here, yes, I see. Although Janelle is somewhere Janelle is partly in Florida too, but I know that you all are gonna come. I see Apostle Ambassador Angela Mattis. Listen, take notes. Take notes. This is the company to watch. Let me tell you this.
Absolutely.
God bless you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really just really thrilled about the people because when you impact people's lives from a health perspective, that goes beyond just money, right? Because you never know what a person's really going through in their bodies. But when you can put health in something that we know people are going to do every single day, it just makes sense. And the newest product that we just launched, I think Dr. Michelle Evangelist would attest to this, the matcha tea. Now, this one, I actually just finished a cup. I like to drink it iced. I drink it hot. It is an incredible tea product that we just actually launched here. You guys are hearing about the matcha craze. Well, guess what? We have it here in Envision You as well. So you're talking about 3 different products, really 5, 6 different products that people are going to consume every single day. The collagen, the Live Skin and Beauty collagen product that we have, second to none. People are absolutely loving that as well. And when you look at what it does, your bones, your joints and hair and skin, nails, and it tastes absolutely amazing. And our marketing team, we've actually put together a regimen that you can actually utilize throughout the whole day where you can actually consume every single product as you just go about your regular day. And it's so convenient. It comes in a sachet, and we just absolutely love it. Now, when you look at the concept of our company, health and wealth, we didn't just stop with the health aspect. We knew that once you make the money building this business, you have to have a way of multiplying it. You have to have a way of actually growing it. So we even have an educational platform that actually teaches people how to win in the foreign exchange market, how to win in the cryptocurrency market. Ladies and gentlemen, don't discount this information. You need to know what to do with money. A lot of people don't know what to do with a dollar. So we have a whole wealth campaign that we've actually created, an educational platform that actually teaches you step by step. But we added fun into learning. See, this app right here called TNT, it's called Trade and Travel. So imagine being able to take vacations all around the world, 5-star vacations, but you pay 2 and 3-star prices. We're going to Dubai later on in the month of June. Ladies and gentlemen, people were able to go on this trip for $800 per person. Think about that. And it's because they're part of Vision Lifestyles. We're going to Egypt later on this year, $1,000. We're talking about the hotel stay. We're talking about your transfers from hotel to airport. We're talking about all the tours, dinners that you're going to have $1,000. I can't wait. Me and my wife are actually going to be going to Egypt for the very, very first time. We've been to Dubai many times. I can't wait to actually go to Egypt. All that is available in this one app. So while you're getting healthy, we also want you to actually get wealthy and enjoy your life with the Vision Lifestyle product that we have. You're talking about 3 verticals. You're talking about a health vertical, a wealth vertical, and then also the travel portal that we have in this company. It's really remarkable. A lot of times people look at network marketing and they say, well, I don't know if that's a real business, or is that one of those scams? Or guys, the reality of it is everything is network marketing, and we're all involved in it. You look at companies like Netflix, you look at companies like Amazon and Instagram and Facebook. These companies were built through word of mouth. It wasn't built through commercials. It wasn't built through celebrities. It was built through a friend telling a friend about a service. Well, that's exactly what network marketing is all about. We're going to show you how a company can actually do all of the heavy lifting for you. We could actually create the products. We can do all the marketing. We can take care of all the logistics, take care of all the customer service, right? But guess what? You have the opportunity to build a network. I learned a long time ago that poor people went to work, but wealthy people built networks. What network are you building right now where people can actually come and utilize the products and services in that network? And every time they purchase something, every time they resubscribe to something, you got paid. That's what our company's actually put together here. And I want to share with you how you can actually get yourself started. There is 3 different levels you can come in on. Become a visionary builder. It's $49.99 for the whole entire year. And then you can choose to become a core, essential, or premier. The best way to get started, in my opinion, is going to be the premier level. I know we have this core right here, $250. We have the essential, which is $500. You get more product, obviously. But look at this pack right here. This tells me I'm in business. I'm ready to rock and roll. You get all the different products that we have. You even get them in shots, so you're able to give them out. You have the coffee, you have enough to sample, you have enough to consume. The only challenge I will tell you with the coffee is this: don't get high on your own supply. Okay, seriously, do not drink all of your coffee. You've got to be able to sample some of it out. You've got to be able to actually sell some of it as well. We've had people have challenges with that. Seriously, they don't want to sell it anymore. They just want to drink it themselves. But you get almost $2,000 worth of product, but because you're a visionary builder, you're going to be able to get it at $1,000, and it comes with a 5% check match in our compensation plan. I want to kind of share with you now how you can actually benefit from our company from a financial standpoint. There's 5 different ways of how you can earn income here in our business. The first way is retail. A person gets started, they buy wholesale, they sell at retail. You're talking about a 40 to 50% retail profit. But on the coffee, it's 100%, 200%. People are able to sell it $2 a cup, $3 a cup. We've seen people sell it at $5 a cup with no problems. I've seen people actually sell a box of coffee for $100. You say, well, how can they do that? Well, Starbucks has already made it cool for you to pay $4 or $5, $6 for a cup of coffee. So when you tell them this is a healthier brand of coffee and it's $100, people don't have a problem with it. Most times, though, people are selling it anywhere from $40 to $50 with no problem. The second way is what we call the acceleration bonus, the fast start bonus. When a person gets started and they purchase a core, essential, or premier from you, you will earn a fast start bonus of 25, 50, or $100. You say, well, David, I see 80 and I see 160 here. Well, because what we did with the essential and the premiers, we actually pay out a second and a third level. What do I mean by that? Let's say you personally enrolled me at Essential, you would make a $50 fast start. But if I went out and enrolled Angela, I would get paid a $50 fast start. But because Angela's on your second level, guess what? You pick up $20. All right. Now, Angela goes and she introduces the business to Evangelist, right? Evangelist gets started. She's now on Angela's first level. She's on my second level, but she's on your third level. You're going to have the opportunity as you continue to grow through this compensation plan where you will earn $10 on everyone that comes in on your third level when they purchase an essential pack. So once again, you earn income on your own efforts, but now you have the ability to earn income on the efforts of other people as well. It's the same thing with the Premier Pack. But here's where it gets really, really exciting. See, when we looked at this compensation plan, I actually had a gentleman, he's a vice president of another network marketing company. Him and his wife, they drove down to actually meet with me because they've been hearing about Envision U. And they're looking to actually bring over their entire company over to our company. And I shared with him our compensation plan. And in one instance, they were able to understand it right away. And I told them, I said, that's on purpose. We like simplicity. The world that we live in today, everyone wants simple. They don't want complicated. So what we did was we said, okay, we're going to put together a point system. And when a person hits a certain point system within a 4-week period of time, we're going to pay them a specific dollar amount. What do you mean by that? Well, when you generate 500 points over a 4-week period of time, you make $200. So how do you generate these points? Well, when someone purchases a core package, it comes with 150 points. When someone purchases an essential pack, it comes with 250 points. When someone purchases a premier pack, it comes with 500 points. So as these points are being accumulated, every single time 500 points is created, $200 is paid to you. Right? Now, when your team continues to grow and now you're at 1,500 points, $500 is where you're now able to start earning on a monthly basis, $125 every single week. Angela, you have a record amount of people that are hitting the level of 200, record amount of people hitting the level of 500, and then doing it very, very, very fast. And then Champion, right? Champion, ladies and gentlemen, it's just 4,500 points in your business, and now you're earning $1,000 per month. But here's the kicker. What if I told you that Greg and Leslie, guess what? They can actually place people below you and it would count towards your income. Think about that. You're on this call with them right now. They're only going to have 2 positions to build. They're going to have their left team and they're going to have their right team. Once those first 2 positions are filled, everybody else that they personally sponsor has to go below the first 2. If I were you, I would be texting them right now saying, hey, listen, I need to be first, all right, in your tree. I need to be the first person on your left or the first person on your right immediately. Because now, once they sponsor a 3rd or a 4th or a 5th or a 6th, those people fall below you. So you get a chance to actually earn on their efforts. That's what I absolutely love about this compensation plan is that when you look at those 30 customers or you look at the 4,500 points, it's not all based on what you do. We're also going to count what your upline's doing below you. It counts towards your income up to 50%. 50% can actually come from your upline. I love that. I created a situation where my efforts benefit someone else. And we did that for everybody as well. If you believe that they're going to be successful in this business, I mean, this is just a clue here. If you believe that Greg and Leslie are going to win in this business, I would get started tonight because you're going to look up 90 days from now, 6 months from now, 3 years from now, and you're going to see tens of thousands of customers in their network. And you're going to have the opportunity to say, I was there first. And some of you will say, I'm so glad I took that position. And some of you say, well, man, I missed another big one. Our compensation plan, ladies and gentlemen, it goes all the way up to, are you ready for this? You can earn up to $1 million per month in this compensation plan. And you say, well, David, I've never met anyone that's ever earned that type of income until tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I was able to build an income to $1 million per month with a comp plan that was even more challenging than this one. And that's when we put this together, we said, okay, we're going to show people how they can get to $10,000 a month, how they can get to $100,000 a month, and how they can get to $1 million. I don't want to blow anybody away, and that's too much money for you. Don't let that be an excuse. Make it and then give it away. All right. If it's too much for you. All right. So that's our binary commissions. And then we have our check match. You earn a 5% check match. If you come in at Premier, you get it automatically. If you don't come in at Premier, you would have to hit the level of champion or above to get a 5% check match on everyone that you directly sponsor in this business. And then we have our dream bonus. A lot of people were dreaming today. We pay out our dream bonus the last Friday of every month, and people got record checks. People were getting 5-figure checks this week. I got many text messages, people getting 5-figure checks this particular week here because of this particular bonus right here that ranges from $500 all the way up to $500,000. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight you've heard a lot of information. But my hope is that you heard yourself. All right. That's my hope. My hope is that at some point while I was speaking, or maybe while Greg was speaking, or while Leslie was speaking, or Angela or Evangelist, that you heard yourself say, I can do this. Or you heard yourself say, you know what? I want to do this, and I want to do this with them. Ladies and gentlemen, you're at the right place at the right time. And that's not cliche, it's a fact. Our company right now is still in the formulation phase. It's still there. Our company is only 2 years and about 8 months young. We're going to celebrate our 3rd year at our Diamond Ball in Orlando. That's coming up, ladies and gentlemen, October 3rd. You are getting in at the perfect time. I truly, truly mean that. I really do. I've been doing this for 21 years. I know what it looks like before it happens. You want to be in before concentration because you want to be the one that takes the company to momentum. That's why when I heard Greg and Leslie on the phone, I said, no, they must come to Houston, Texas, because I could hear it, that they're part of that growth curve that's taking place in our company right now. We have a global footprint, many, many countries around the world that we're operating in right now. Our vision is to impact the world. So we weren't just going to do it in the United States. We're going to do it all around the world. I'm going to close with this, guys. And I didn't share this. I don't know if Greg or Leslie know this, but in 2001, not 2001, 2021, I got a phone call from the police. And the phone call went like this, said, do you know who Valerie is? And I said, yeah, she's my sister. And the cop said, well, you need to get over here because she's deceased. My younger sister at the age of 31 decided that she no longer wanted to be on this earth. And although we may not know exactly why she made that decision, there's one thing I know for sure. She could no longer see the future. She could only see the present. There's so many people right now that are dealing with that right now. They're living, but they're not alive. And we're the ones that can create the environment, that can create the culture, that can actually have someone say, you know what? I'm going to go another day. I'm going to go another week. I'm going to go another month. That's why we name all these products Alive. Don't think it's by accident. When someone opens up the fridge and they see that word alive, subconsciously it's sending a message to them that they're alive. When they open up their pantry and they grab, a sachet of the matcha, or they grab a sachet of the coffee, subconsciously they're seeing the word alive. There's a reason behind it. And every single product that we're going to launch in this company, it's going to say alive on it, because we're going to impact people from an emotional standpoint as well. So this is bigger than business. All right. this is kingdom business, ladies and gentlemen. If you are open-minded to not just earning income, but also making a difference while you do that, this is the perfect opportunity for you, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to say congratulations to you, Greg. Congratulations to you, Leslie. I believe we're going to have an incredible time together building what it is that we're building here. I cannot wait 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 8 years from now, all right, 2033, when we've actually impacted 1 billion people all around the world. And we can actually sit back and say, wow, and say, look at what God has actually done through us. So I want to say thank you again for having me on the call. Can't wait to celebrate. I'm sure I'll see all the recognition flyers go through the chat. I'm going to be in Fort Lauderdale. Angela, what date is that again? I know it's in my calendar.
The 26th, June
I-
26th.
June 26th, I will be there. So before I go to Dubai, I will be with you guys in Fort Lauderdale. I can't wait for that event. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And I want to say God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you guys real soon. Take care and God bless.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Imonitie. We are so grateful to have you with us on tonight. And congratulations to Greg and Leslie on an incredible launch. And like Mr. Imonitie said, they have a link, guys. You want to get their link so that we can help you to get yourself positioned on tonight. We have one more day, obviously closing out the month strong. So you want to get that done on tonight. So they're going to go ahead and send you that link, get back with them. Any questions you guys might have, certainly you can get back to them and they can connect you with one of the leaders to get those questions answered. So any last minute remarks, Leslie? I know you had some folks who jumped on here a little bit after you spoke. Any last minute remarks you or Greg want to share?
Listen. Listen, I was getting text messages. I'm in, I'm gonna be first. And so I listen, David, I want to thank you again for coming on tonight. We are thrilled to be able to partner with you all and partner with New Vision. And it's time to do this is ministry for me. This is kingdom business.
Absolutely.
It's time to take this business to join and take it to new heights. And so listen, this is what I always do. Drops, if you're ready to get started, I need you to drop a 1 in the chat. Because we making commitments, honey. If you're ready to get started, drop a 1 in the chat. I see the ones coming through the chat. Because listen, if you're ready to get started, if you need a little time, you can drop me a 2. If you need a little time, you can drop me a 2 and I'll follow up with you.
Nah,
But those of you ready to get started, I see the ones
ones.
coming through in the chat. That's what if you need a little time, you need a little one-on-one consultation, drop a 2. If you want to be a customer, drop a 3, right? Because there's something for everyone.
Absolutely.
This is something for everyone. And so we want to, again, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And let's go, because it's going to be big.
Let's go. Appreciate everything. Appreciate
you guys.
Hey.
All right. God bless you guys. Take care.
God bless everyone.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Right on. Them, oh.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for jumping in. We appreciate y'all. Have a blessed evening. Deuces.